Good day. Good day. And I hope you want to make it a great day. If you do, thanks for joining Brothers Crossing. For my folks in New Zealand, Aora, hope you're going to make it a good day. Now, I'm here. I'm Roro. You're doing it with the R. I got Nando and I got Cub up in the building. How y'all doing today?
I missed you guys. I have missed you guys so much. So
Hey, you know what
I'm
time
so
of the
ha-
year it
I'm
is.
so
You
happy
know
to
what
see
time of the
you.
year is, bud. That was a great weekend. I saw so many college games. I saw so many
Oh,
NFL games.
didn't watch any college.
I didn't get to hear Omaha, like, you know how Peyton Manning used to do that.
Yeah.
Omaha! I missed that. You didn't watch college football. I watched some college football, watched some upsets. Oklahoma over Michigan. What else? South Florida beat Florida. That was a good one too. But
Are
I
you
think
guys betting
my
on
day.
college games too?
What's that?
Are you betting on college games too? You guys got
You
a
know that's
Who said I'm
illegal.
betting?
Let's
I'm not
watch what
betting.
we say. Hold up. Let's watch what
I'm
we say.
sorry.
The
I'm
people that could
sorry.
be listening.
Are you guys what is it? A league of friendly competition for
That
college ball
MGM
too?
might have heard from me this weekend. They might have heard from me.
So but that's legal. That's totally
I know.
legal.
No, we're excited. We had our fantasy football league starting off. That was great. Had the NFL, which we're going to talk about a lot today. And
Winner.
let's see what's going on. Yeah,
Loser.
yeah,
Loser.
put that
Yeah.
L up, Nando.
I got the
Man.
L.
You
Man,
got
you
the
Because my
L.
defense lost 7 points. Unbelievable.
What are you
That
talking
was
about?
fun.
Just your defense. Dude, it was
He's
your
got
whole
it.
team.
Yeah,
Your whole team was horrible.
Well,
yeah.
all the important people were on the bench. When Chase from Cincinnati only scores 6 points, it tells you how downhill the rest of your team's gonna go.
Yeah. So for our listeners and viewers, we're all in the league together, 10-team league, and it started off this week. Cub, his team's called the Little Fuckers.
Lil
Little
fuckers
Fuckers.
rule. Lil
Little
fuckers
Fuckers
rule.
rule. Oh, yeah. So they got the victory, and then Nando and his team is the Beast, and they were not beast-like.
They were losers. Losers.
And then the high score of the week, so we'll bring it up with the
Yeah,
a
some guy
whopping
with a
163. We know who it was.
Aurora.
Lambo Mercy. Yes, sir. But today we're gonna talk about football. It's football season and we're gonna focus on the NFL. But as usual, we're gonna start our day with today's tidings. And Nando or Cub, you got anything you want to share that caught your eye this week as we move on through this week?
No, not really caught my eye. If you don't mind, Cub, to go first, is, we have fans from New Zealand, but I would love that anybody else who's watching, just let us know where you're from. You can just be like, I'm from here, I'm from this state,
Yeah.
from this city. Just let us
Drop it
know
in the
so we can
comments.
start,
Yeah.
in the comments, so we can start, shouting you out and appreciating you that you're loving all this dialogue that we're bestowing onto you.
Well, don't forget, it's not only New Zealand, guys. It's Australia.
Okay.
We've got aunt, uncles, and cousins in Australia that are aware of this.
Yeah, I know I got some folks in England and that's listening, and then in Canada. So we're good. Hopefully, everyone else tunes on. Share it with your friends. But Cuff, do you have any tidings? Nando say he doesn't have anything for it.
I don't really.
I think he's still in the dumps. He's still in the dumps with the L.
Well, I mean, when you come out of the gate as a loser, I can imagine you don't really have anything to say.
Dude, you guys are horrible.
Especially when you're sub 100 points. I mean, who does that?
90.
Yeah, that's below 100. That's sub 100.
Chase was supposed to get me 19 points, and he was like, nah, don't need to do it for you today. I'm only giving you 4. Out of 19 he was supposed to give me, he only gave me 4. And Williams for Detroit, the receiver was supposed to go off. He was supposed to give me a good dozen. You know how much he gave me? He gave me 6. Then the bright spot is my damn kicker. My damn kicker came in and scored 9 points for me, kicking all over the place. But then my defense, -7.
Crickets.
And I got
No,
last
Cobb, you got
thing,
nothing for me. You got
I
nothing
got
for me either.
47 on the bench. 47 points sitting on the bench.
Well, that sounds like a management problem. That
Yes.
sounds like a GM problem. It sounds like team needs to fire GM. My tiding is, why do we spend so much time on this football shit? You guys lock your weekends down. Can't golf because, you got to sit there and watch football all day long. You might miss something, like you're going to change the outcome of, your fantasy player. Yeah, that's kind of my bitch today.
All right. Well, I think a lot of, I hope, put it in the comments, folks. Please explain to him about football season. I would say for me, and I'm going to keep on the football theme, Forbes just released the top 10 NFL earners for 2025. And you guys let me know if you feel like someone's missing. But first
Can we
person that's,
can we guess? Hold on. Can we guess who the first person is?
yeah, guess
Who do you think's first person, Nando? So this is just contract,
this is
not
their
endorsements.
off the field earnings and their contract earnings.
I
Okay,
would
so
say
endorsements.
Patrick Mahomes first.
I'm going to say it's got to be Josh Allen.
Okay, you're close. But Nando's right. It is Patrick Mahomes who
There's a
makes
win. He got a win.
he got one. He's expected to make $78 million this year, 50 from his contract and 28 from endorsements. Second is Josh Allen. He's expected to make about 73, 58 from his contract, 15 from endorsements.
So their 1-year deal is $50 million.
That's the average. Yeah, that's their average salary, I believe. Yeah. And then the one I thought was surprising, it was Justin Herbert was third. He's 71 million, 60 contract wise and 11 on endorsements. And this
Well,
one,
he didn't do a
I'm
lot of
sorry,
that.
I'm
Why
sorry,
is that?
Cowboy fans. Prescott is fourth, making 47.8 and 10 on endorsements.
Remember when quarterbacks, like quarterback money, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, big money was in the upper 20s. That's
Yes.
quarterback money. That's
Yes.
quarterback money. And now it's almost double or
Yeah.
doubled.
It's crazy.
That's
And then you
crazy.
think about some of these things, it's a matter of when their contract expires, like when that person sets the bar and it matters if the team wants to keep them, because the fifth person is Tua Tagovailoa at
From Miami?
54.3 from Miami, 50
Oh.
50 on a contract and 4 million in endorsements. And then 6 is Michael Parsons. Yes, from the soon to be world champion Green Bay Packers. Did I say that? 48.2. He had 45 on a contract and 3 on endorsements. Jalen Hurts at 47.5, 42 plus 5. Travis Kelce. He was on the list, and he's but now that he's got engaged, he's probably going to be on the top of the list.
Well, I
But,
think his has got to be more endorsements than contract.
Yeah. So it's 17 per year per contract, $30 million in endorsement.
That State Farm contracts for him and Mahomes, and I think the coach too, seems to be quite lucrative.
Yeah. And then it follows with Matthew Stafford at 47, his little sleep number thing, 44 plus 3. And then there's Mr. Rubber Dub himself, Deshaun Watson. He get free money. He get a free rubber dub every week.
My God.
So he's getting free money and free massages.
What do you think's going to happen with this guy? Do you think he's ever going to play again?
Yeah, they're going to play it out. And he's going to
Do you think they're going to jettison him?
Well, they're just going to play out the contract.
How many years he got left?
Probably 2.
2, yeah. Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns make some bonehead
Yeah.
mistakes.
Let me explain to you another bonehead mistake in the NFL, and then we can move forward. Have you guys ever heard of a quarterback named Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
Not stealing Kurt.
He's been in the league 13 years. Take a wild guess in 13 years. How much money do you think Kirk Cousins, a quarterback, has made in career earnings? Now, he played with Washington where he started. Then he went to Minnesota. Then he went to Atlanta.
But remember, when he was with Washington, they kept franchise tagging him.
Yes.
And that's why I said, remember, his franchise was like 27, 28 million a year. They kept doing it. So he's like 175 million or 150 million or some crazy number.
Nah,
Because
I think he's about 250.
Was it
Okay.
150?
No,
250.
Cub, you bet 150, right?
I think he's the 150 to 175. range.
In row?
I think he's 250.
Okay. Why don't you guys sit down, hold your seat? For $21,692,000 in career earnings. Let me say that number again. $21,692,000 in 13 years.
And that's crazy
And
because
how
he
many
I mean,
championships has he won?
he hasn't won jack. I mean, and then he was, he left Minnesota and someone came in and did 14-3 season with the team he was quarterback, and he gets a guaranteed money down in Atlanta for sitting on the bench.
Sitting on the bench.
His agent is a bad man. Hey, call us. Help us get Bro Crow going up in this
You're
building.
signing those kind of deals for losers. I mean,
Yeah, they're
Jesus.
like, man. So yeah, so today let's talk about that week one in NFL. Let's make it a fun show. It's a pertinent show. Everybody's interested in NFL. Everybody's 0-0, and everybody is feeling like their team's gonna make it to the Super Bowl. And let's start on the first two games of the last week. So it was a Thursday game that was with the Cowboys and the Eagles, and then there was a Friday game in Brazil with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Anything that stood out from you from those two games?
The Chargers are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you know what? But I would say what I noticed about that game, if we're gonna start with that Friday game between the Chiefs and the Chargers, I'm starting to see the Jim Harbaugh effect. They're starting to build an offensive line that's sturdy, that's giving him more time, and now that if they can keep their receivers healthy, that has always been their thing. Their receivers get hurt all the time, but
Palmer.
they looked good. I mean, I still think the running game is going to have to improve between Mario Hampton and Najee Harris. But what do you think about that game, Nando?
To me, showed the Chargers are right where they're at. I believe they are another receiver away. I think what showed up, McCoughlin shows up in the slot, Keenan Allen coming in after 3 days, sign his
Yes.
contract, balling out. Don't get me wrong, they had a nice tight end. Quentin Johnson dude, respect for him playing in the NFL, but he's got hands like the way I manage my fantasy football team. You don't know what you're going to get any given week
Got the ping
whatsoever.
pong paddles. Got the ping pong paddles on.
You don't know if if he was consistent as big as he is, with the body that he has, the speed that he has, if he was able to catch the ball at least 85% of the time, I would say the Chargers, I would be what Cup said. Chargers is going because they have a stout defense. Special teams is great. They now got a running game. They just need that explosive receiver that isn't 2 feet tall.
But you know what the Chargers are not known for? They're not a team that if there's a marquee player that hits free agency, they're never really in the conversation about stepping on themselves to throw everything at to get this player, whether it be a wide receiver or running back. It's just if somebody's at the end of the contract, no one's picking up. Yeah, we'll take him. And I think at some point they're going to have to pony up and get one of these
Yeah.
franchise type players.
So what
get
did
over
the
the
game
hump.
tell you about the Chiefs? I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're going to be there, but I think they're in a tougher division now. I think that's coming through. With all
Chargers are
three teams in
better.
that
Broncos are
division winning.
better. Yep.
Yeah. So
Raiders are better.
Raiders are
yeah,
better. They got the
yeah.
right coach, I think. Raiders got a better coach, putting it together properly. So, yeah, I think the AFC West is going to be super tough. I think it's going to be the Broncos and the Chargers that are going to be dominating that division this year. I get a feeling that it's going to be Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, in that
No
order.
way. Chiefs
Stop
not
it.
finishing last.
Stop it. I got confidence in my team. What about your
But I'm
team?
just saying, I think that the Chiefs have played a lot of football over the last 5 or 6 years, and eventually it catches up with you, and everybody's planning around beating them. So I think it's going to catch up with them.
They know who they are,
Right.
and they know how to
Yeah.
play them. Yeah.
I think for the Cowboys-Eagle game, it wasn't all that exciting. I think we were all trying to see what the Cowboys look like. I mean, Dak Prescott, but I think CD had a ping pong paddle on one hand too.
Hey, that
And I don't know what to make of the Cowboys. They had a good showing, especially as a week 1 game, but I don't think the Eagles showed their full arsenal. They didn't show their full arsenal offense.
No, no, I mean, he was running for touchdowns, but
Yeah.
he wasn't slinging a lot, no.
Devontae Smith and AJ Brown weren't even involved in the offense, and they still won the game. So let's
Well,
move on
that's
to another. So the next set of games I'll say is the Colts and the Dolphins, Panthers and Jaguars, and Giants and Commanders. And in those 3 games, the Commanders, the Jaguars, and the Colts, I think they won pretty convincingly in those games. Anything that stood
Watch
out
out
from
for the
you? Any
Commanders.
surprises or anything?
Watch out for the
please.
Commanders.
Please. Why are we wasting our time on those 3 people? Tyreek Hill has got more issues off of the field than he has receiving yards in that game. So that should tell you a lot. It's a wrap. Those games are a wrap. Until Washington can start beating people with a good record, I'll bless them. They're beating up on all these poor people. No, I'm done with that. Next 3 games.
Well, I mean, I think for me, I would say the thing that stands out for me, and it's particular in those 3 games, are quarterback play matters in this league. If you think about the losers of those games, the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, and the number 1 pick for the Panthers, what's his
Bryce
name?
Young.
What's that?
Bryce
Bryce
Young.
Young. Bryce Young, that's right. And then Russell Wilson. I mean, those were
Oh my God, Russell, he horrible. Did you
yeah.
see what Rex Ryan said about him?
No.
Why are you even contemplating not starting your draft?
Rookie.
The rookie,
Jackson Dart. Yeah.
what Jackson Dart, when you got a guy that can't do it anymore. This guy can't
Yeah.
do it anymore.
I'm a
Just
little
move on from him.
Yeah, I think they will eventually move on. I think the Panthers, while Bryce Young is a solid quarterback, I'm not sure he can lead a team. And then on the Dolphins side, I'm starting to question
That
the
team is
character.
a
I mean,
mess.
I don't know the makeup of their coach and how he's reaching them. I think they're getting a little soft. We'll go to another 3 set of games.
Thank you.
And there's not this one's got to okay, but the Bengals and the Browns, 49ers and the Seahawks, and the Lions and the Packers. And with the winners being the Bengals, the 49ers, and the Packers. What stood out from you in week 1 from those?
Bengals got a long way to go.
Yeah, the
They can't
Bengals.
wait till half the year's over to start playing well.
Yes.
They need to come out. I mean, they beat the Browns by a point. The Browns.
Yeah,
The Browns.
and the
The
field goal
Browns are
kicker
still
is
the
the
Browns.
blame. Andre Schmidt or whatever his name
No,
is.
no.
Terrible.
Was it who was the Woo or you or
We'll get to that
Pennsylvania.
one. We'll get to that one. But Schmidt wasn't good. The Bengals offense wasn't good. Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. He's a professional quarterback. Nothing stood out to me in that game besides Jamar Chase.
Who is that again?
who?
Jamar Chase not playing.
What position
I
does
didn't
he
think
play?
he was at the game, was he? He
No,
showed
he
up
wasn't
late
at
or
the game.
something.
He was eating popcorn with me in the backyard chilling.
Can
Yeah,
somebody
that game-
remind me who took him as the first pick in our fantasy draft?
Something the beast, something beast.
The breast.
I'm in the breaths this weekend watching Jamar Chase sitting there chilling.
You know what?
Lifting.
I think, if I remember right, I think my team, Low Fuckers, plays the beast.
That might be a good one.
I'm pretty
And the
sure.
49ers Seahawks game, that to me, that was big story being the injuries to the 49ers with George Kittle being out.
with
Yeah,
a
he's going to
hammy.
be on IR for 4 weeks now.
Got a
So he's
hammy
going to be
problem.
out. And then apparently quarterback
Purdy, did he have a
Purdy
show?
is going to be he's hurt too. So and McCaffrey didn't look all that great as well. So I don't know. I mean, they beat a Seattle team with Sam Darnold. I have my own opinions about Sam Darnold, but
Does
anything on you, Nando? I mean,
Well, when you're looking at going back to the Bengals game, one of the things that you football fans or non-football fans stand out is you guys have to Google Myles Garrett.
God, that guy's a
That's
beast.
beast.
yeah, he's a beast.
He is a beast on defense. That he does judo or karate in the off season to train his hands. Because they're saying with defensive ends, when they're going in smacking offensive linemen is with their hands. So he does judo and karate. And yes, nothing about the Browns except Myles Garrett is the one to watch. And with San Francisco, I'm sorry to say, they're having a long season, going to the championship game, going to the Super Bowl, that injuries are now starting to catch up. Like you guys had said, Kittle, Jennings is walking wounded. Hey, what's his acute or is still injured? The other receiver is still injured. Brock Purdy might not play. Christian McCaffrey isn't 100% because they're going all the way until February that they don't have
Or they
time to
had been,
rest. And I
yeah.
think it's catching up.
Superfluous games that we've been talking about, and talk about the game that mattered was the Packers beating that ass over the Lions. Let's talk about that. Where Micah was hunting,
You
and he
mean
only played 29.
you spent $3 billion. You've mortgaged the team for how many years to come for this guy? You think he's going to win you a Super Bowl?
We're all in this year.
Yes. Yes.
No way.
We're all in.
I know you guys are from the,
Yeah.
but
But hey,
uh,
the Packers had the 5th best defense last year. At one of the top 5 defensive players,
and you
rushers
think
there.
Jordan Love's going to carry you to the promised land?
No, not Jordan. Mr. Parsons is going to open up holes on the defense that our middle linebackers, our other front line will be able to get in, i.e., just like Reggie White did in the 90s. He did the double teams. All of a sudden, all these other players that we've had. Now, just to help you out, Cub, I can send you this rag to clean your glasses so you can watch the replay of the game so that you can see how stylish that we are on offense. On offense, we couldn't stop in the first half because you wanted to stop Josh Jacobs in the running game. So guess what? Jordan Love is like, we got 9 freshman receivers. Which one do you want to pick?
Did you open your bottle of Haterade over there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you got the bottle of Haterade. There it is. Haterade right there. Let's go to another set of games. We got the Steelers and the Jets, the Cardinals and the Saints, and the Buccaneers and the Falcons. With the Steelers, Cardinals, and Buccaneers winning. And for me, I thought that one of the games of the weekend was the Steeler and the Jets game. I have to tip my hat to the Jets. They played hard, but you still got to get over that losing mentality. But Justin Field looked totally different when they gave him back the keys to the car, and he looks fine. And old man Rogers, you guys got anything to say about him? Or
I did
yeah.
watch the highlights.
Okay, I think we're gonna black out his screen.
But I did see the highlights, and Rodgers looked fairly solid from what I saw. Justin Fields didn't look that great.
Oh, he looked great
from the highlights. I'm just saying the highlights that I saw.
he looked good. He looked good. The Jets scoring 32 points on the Steelers defense. They're supposed to have all these, former all pros on there. It was a pretty impressive performance. I thought the Cardinals and Saints, the Saints are just in for a long season. New coach, no quarterback. Cardinals look fine but they look like the Cardinals of normal. Buccaneers, Falcons. That's your Younghoe Koo guy. Younghoe Koo missed the field goal. Could have tied it.
Who's he play? Is it Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Falcons? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who missed the field goal.
He hit it like my driver. He took it.
He sprayed it to the right, screaming right. There ain't no stopping it.
No, nothing. He couldn't do anything. But it goes back to those are quality games. As much as we hate the Saints, the one thing I was proud of them is they didn't give up, because that score should have been 30-0. It should have been 40-0, but they kept fighting back. And as long as that coach gets them to fight, they're still going to lose. They're probably going to lose 14 games, but they may sneak up on people because they're not giving up. So I got to give the Saints credit. And that Wu Chu, whatever his name is, Choo Choo, he never misses a field goal. Never miss a field goal. I was like getting ready to go into overtime, getting ready to go get a sandwich, and all of a sudden he sliced it, and I'm like, never seen that before. So that was shocking to me.
But the last game, I mean, in that game, I think there's an emerging star, and this is an alert, Emeka Ibuka, receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a first-round pick, 2 touchdowns in that game. Emerging star. He's going to be a star, and you also got to put some respect on Baker Mayfield. I think.
I think Baker Mayfield was a very good quarterback, and I think the Browns made his mistake by moving on from him.
Yeah, and I think they're
He is
rushed
a
it. I
very
think they're
good
rushed it.
quarterback.
I think
Yeah.
you guys are both right that he is a quarterback, but let's just look at the mindset of that type of quarterback. When he was in Cleveland, it was all about his commercials. It was all about everything but
Yeah. Yeah.
perfecting a quarterback.
But
The only
football.
reason he learned how to
Yeah.
get to this level, he had to come out to Los Angeles to hang out with Sean McVay, sitting on the bench for playing for that while to understand the quarterback spot. So I congratulate him what he's doing in Tampa. Same thing with your boy Donald, who started with the Jets, then went to Carolina, then went to San Francisco, and then he
Yeah.
went to Minnesota. They just needed time to grow up and find the right coach, which I think one of you two has said that earlier today, that coaching does matter, finding the right coach to help them elevate their game. But if Baker Mayfield would have stayed in Cleveland, this is not the Baker Mayfield we would have saw. I do not agree with that.
I agree with that. But of those teams, I think the Steelers are going to still be in contention. Buccaneers, they will be in contention as well. The rest of the teams, they'll win 6, 7 games.
The absolute greatest game of the whole first week was Buffalo Ravens.
Yeah.
The absolute.
Yes.
Now, that was a great football game to watch because even though they were down 15, was it 15?
Yeah, it's 40 to
With
25.
6 whatever to play, you could see once fantasy player coughed up the ball, who
Derrick
put
Henry,
up
that'd be Derrick Henry.
176 yards. Thank you very much. And once he
Wow.
coughed up the ball, you saw these guys like, hey, it ain't over,
Yeah.
and scored. Then it was on.
And I think that's been the problem with the Ravens team. I mean, you guys call it a good game. It's exciting to watch. But come on, 41-40. That everybody thinks that's championship football. That's not championship football. 41-40 is not championship
No.
football.
No, I
But
mean,
it was a
obviously
good
they need
week
to
one
clean up.
matchup. Yeah.
Defense got to clean up totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't let
I
that
always, I
happen.
always,
But
I always feel like with the Ravens and why they struggle to in the playoffs is like when they do get the lead, I don't think they know what to do, how to close out a game. Like in a regular season, they'll just keep pouring it on, pouring it on. But like when you're trying to milk the clock, how do you do some short passing? How do you incorporate tight ends? Let's just hand it to Derek or just give it to Lamar. I get it. That's easy, but everybody's keying on them and they don't know how to close games out.
yeah,
Yeah.
Speaking of closing out games, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna name these last few games that we have for sake of time. We had the Raiders, Patriots, Titans, Broncos, Texans, Rams, and the Vikings and the Bears. With the Raiders winning, the Broncos winning, the Rams winning, and the Vikings. And I thought the Vikings game was interesting, but again, it was a week one game. JJ McD came through in the fourth quarter. It
I
was a
went to
boring
bed.
game.
I went
Yeah,
to
you
bed.
went to bed.
I went to bed thinking, oh, God, this is just too difficult to watch. And woke up the next morning and went, what? I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my God.
it was tough to watch, but my wife is a Viking fan, and I came in from doing something, and my whole living room was in purple. I had Prince signs. I had skull freaking. So I'm glad because she's not the. I'm not the only one's excited about football. But yeah, when we talked about coaching matters, and
Coaching doesn't matter because I think I heard today they were talking that when the coach of Minnesota was talking to his players, he's a quarterback whisperer. You see what he did with Donaldson, you see what he did with Kirk Cousins, and he kept telling them, we're going to need you to make a play at the end of the game. And he said every time he kept talking to him, he saw not the deer in the headlights, but the fighter in it. So he knew he had him. He just had to wait his turn to unleash him for him to pull off what he pulled off. Now, that was a positive. Nobody said anything about your boy. Caleb, number one, I want to paint my fingernails black Williams.
I
Not
think
at all up in
he
here.
had the wrong polish on.
Because he started the first half looking like the number one pick that he was supposed to. And then all of a sudden, you were watching his coach. Every time he's missing wide open receivers, he's missing calls. And his coach is like, I got to work with this cat. Hopefully things will start to change. But that was the negative part of the game that you missed, Colin.
Well, I did notice early in the game, you could tell he was a little nervy. You could see it in his face. But as they showed the highlights, because I went to bed because it was so boring, as I watched the highlights, you could see it in his eyes. He was, all right, I'm into it. We are going to win. And
Yeah,
you could see the fight that he had in his face. He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
giving up. So that was impressive for a young rookie.
I would say, in particular for that game, I thought I saw two young quarterbacks who thought they were still in college, to be honest. I think their systems, I think both their coaches are gonna be fine. I think Ben Johnson's gonna be fine. He's a great play caller. Kevin O'Connell is great, but they throw these fastballs. You've never seen so many passes get knocked down.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you gotta feather it in there? They just think everything's gonna be a fastball, and they're gonna
Not a
get
lot
it
of
there.
sidearm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see. I think the Rams game was pretty darn boring, to be honest. It was a defensive fest, and I thought the experienced quarterback pulled it out. Broncos game, they're going to rely on their defense up and down on their quarterback. And I thought the Raiders are going to be a Pete Carroll team. And if you know what I mean, Pete Carroll, he's just going to compete. He's going to find a way. And so that's what I'm seeing from those slate of games. To wind it up, I think we could talk about this ad nauseum. Give me your, just from viewing the games this weekend, top five
What?
teams.
Top 5 teams
Yes,
in the league right now.
yes,
Cobb, since you fall
Chargers.
asleep on everything, we'll let you go first.
yeah.
Chargers.
Tommy Fleetwood.
I'm going to say Chargers. Pittsburgh. That's 2.
Wow.
You got 3 more. See, I told you fell asleep. That's why he
Yeah,
needed you.
yeah,
I told you I don't watch this shit. Who else looked good? Houston did look.
yeah. Go ahead. You can spit it
Okay,
out.
I'm gonna say this team that's up in northern Wisconsin was pretty good. They're all right.
All right.
What's
you
the
gave
name of
us
that?
3. That was good.
Is that Green
That's
Bay?
good. It was good. We ain't gonna stretch your mind no more. We ain't gonna stretch your mind no more. Dando, what you got?
I got Buffalo. I have Baltimore, even though they lost. I have Green Bay. I have the Chargers up there. And then this week, it's hard to add a quality team. So I'm just gonna go with those 4 right now. If you ask me this week, those would be the 4 teams. The 15 would be hard because it's marginalized, where you have the Rams, you have Pittsburgh, they won, but they really didn't. And Philadelphia really wasn't humming. So I'll put Philly at 5th. So not in that particular order, but those are the 5 teams.
I'll add my other 2, Buffalo and the
The
Ravens
Ravens.
would top out my 5.
Yeah, for me it'll be the team in Upper Wisconsin, Packers. Be the Eagles, Chargers, the Bills, and my 5th team, because I thought they were impressive. I'm gonna tip my hat to them. Like it says, marginal, was the Colts. I thought the Colts played well.
Colts
So,
played well. Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. That quarterback played well.
Yeah.
The rejected.
So that's it for the first week of the NFL season. Maybe we'll do this in a couple of weeks to check in to see how the Beast has recovered from his loss and Cubs team.
You mean a second loss?
Okay. And then and then the 5-time champions, we will see what they can do. And so thank you for listening. I know it's a long one, but it's football season. We can be talking about this forever, but we appreciate you listening, and make sure you look rough, look right. Omaha, Brothers Crossing. Good night.
Have a good one.